producer.
The star is for Republic, the blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. Themselves and seek my face. I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your light. Together, let's keep the peace. Cause in unity we will build our nation. Arise, Liberia, arise. Arise and take your place. Whatever the locals are meeting, arise and take your place. The flag of Liberia is flying on. It's flying all the time. Showing allegiance, showing loyalty to the I pledge allegiance to the flag of Liberia and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
time. This is where we take an introspective look at happenings in the sporting world in Liberia. This program is also live on our Facebook page, that's Intel Sports, and on our YouTube page as well, and on Satcom Channel 8. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the just concluded National County Sports Meet, Liberia's biggest sporting competition. It ended on yesterday with Bapulu lifting. Just before I came on, somebody was asking me if Bapulu had won it, so Bapulu yesterday. But it's River G winning it for the first time since the beginning, since in fact the inauguration of this particular competition back in the mid-50s. And so we're going to be looking at the highs and lows of the competition, all of the controversial moments, all of the talking points, all of those moments that made the county meet so exciting. We're going to be looking at all of the dramas and talking them as well right here on tonight's edition of Sports Talk. My name is Trojan, and with me tonight is Chris. Chris, good evening.
Good evening, Trojan. It has been a very hectic weekend throughout this week. We've been doing well with the content. I mean, lots of accommodation coming out from Liberians and people outside of Liberia, even though. But it has been so good. Like you said, county meet is over. 2023-2024 county meet is over now. And our attention tonight is on what went wrong or what went right. How do you look at the county meet? Do we actually enjoy our money that people pay to go out there, looking at the behavior and other things? We will go into that, but it has been very interesting weekend of commentary, analysis, watching good football and kickball, and we promise to serve you the best you always want on your plate.
Okay, Chris, of course, Swaz on JKK, but we're taking a break. Once we come back, we'll be joined by a host of sports journalists, some of the best in Liberia. They will be serving on as our team of panelists this evening to discuss, like we said, the highs and lows of the special edition of the 2023-2024 National County Sports Meet. We take this short break and be right back. Welcome back following that short break. All right, just before we talk a little about what's happening tomorrow in Montserrado County in football, let us tell you who's going to come on tonight. Tonight, we will be having an official of the winning county, and that's River G, the champions for the first time in their history, Emmanuel Titi Swain. He will join us. In fact, he's already somewhere in the back end, and we'll bring him in very shortly. Then we will have Tikla Wesley. He's also going to be joining us here tonight. We are going to be having the president of the Sports Writers Association of Liberia, Vama Ama Kamar. He will be one of our panelists. And then we will have Fatmata Jairi Bari. She is one of Liberia's utmost female sports reporter. She is supposed to be joining us tonight. Another female involved into sports who is supposed to be joining us tonight is Elizabeth Yanimbo, or Mega, like most of you will know her. She is supposed to be joining us tonight. Edwin Boyd Dolo will join us tonight as well as one of our panelists. And then we'll have Marcus Toy, another of our young sports journalists, joining us here tonight as well on the program. But like I said, before we bring them on, something big is happening again. You see, if you follow Intel Sports, you will get to know all of the happenings relative to sports in Liberia. Now that the county meet has ended, there is no National League. I know some people are saying, oh, we're not going to be watching local football anytime soon. But that's not true. Chris will tell us and tell you exactly what is starting tomorrow in Monserrado County.
So, Trojan, county minutes over. Our job as journalists still continue. And tomorrow, the third division playoff of Monserrado County will kick off at several venues in Monserrado County, because two or three teams will have to qualify to the national playoff before going to the second division. So this is where people always say to qualify to the second division is difficult. So once you are in the second division, once you drop to the third division, coming back is always difficult. You have to play in your league. You win a slot for the playoff in that county. Then you play in the playoff. Then you go to the national playoff. From the national playoff, then you can secure your spot to the second division.
And the national playoff is drawn up of third division clubs.
Yeah, around the country.
From around the country. The 15 counties of Liberia are all represented in the national playoff. So that's why people say the most difficult league to play is the third division league. Once you graduate from the third division league and you look back, you see yourself going back there, you'll be like, wow.
like Nima United now, they come back to the third division. Nima FC going to the third division. It is difficult to go and come back. One team, I think, did that was Pash FC.
Yeah,
they went,
Pash came back.
And they tried, I think, after a year, they were back. And I think they did it smartly. They say, let us go to bomb.
Was it
bombing? They went bombing.
They went to a place where the league was not too tough.
Competitive, yeah. So and they came back stronger. So on tomorrow, the league will be kicking off the Monserrado County third division playoff. District 17 Academy will go against James FC or at the D2S post page at 12 p.m. Monserrado FC will take on Golden Dream FC at 2 p.m. Leofa will take on Kemuka FC at 4 p.m. at the refurbished D2S post page in the borough of Nuku Town. So if you are on the Bourgeois Island, like Children is from Broadway, I am from Corwell, and I grew up in Nuku Town, you can make your way there at the D2S post page and enjoy local football, because everyone might insist stay on local football after the county meet. At the Samarkand Sports Complex practice pitch, Majestic Malikin FC will take on Young Adidas at 12. Fanfan FC will take on Evergreen at 2 o'clock. And Tunnel FC will take on Mama Point Warriors at 4 o'clock. At the Tusa Sports page, a page that is well known, children has scored many goals at that field. That I can say for true. Kowa United will take on Amazing at 12 o'clock. Destiny Youth FC will take on Mama FC at 2. And Junior United will take on Sharaj United at 4. So that's the run-up for the Montserrado County 3rd Division playoff. Another thing I saw.
Let's tell the people how many teams will qualify from Montserrado that will play in the national playoff.
It's 3 teams.
3 teams. So all of the teams that are competing, only 3. Only 3. All of them will leave the group. I think two teams will leave the group.
Yeah.
And then go on to the next stage. And then they will do battle on the 3 teams with the highest points, of course. So eventually,
out of 13 teams
that
are competing in
10 will drop.
10. No. 10. Because 3 will go 4.
So 3 will go represent Montserrado. Not because you qualify the 3, that means you qualify for 2nd division. No. You go and meet the other teams from Nimba.
Sorry. It's not 13. 26 teams.
Yeah, 26 teams. So out of 26 teams, they will play. And the top 2 from each group
will go to the NAPA.
Will go to the next stage. From the next stage, they will go into another part, and then they will play. And then the final 3 with the top highest 3 points will then qualify to go and represent Montserrado. You see how the 3rd division playoff difficult? So they will now go to represent Montserrado against other teams, 3rd division teams that will be gathering from Cape Mount. I didn't want to mention Cape Mount first when I start. Cape Mount, Bombing, Bapolu, Nimba, Maryland, Sino, River G, you name it. They will all come together. And that is when we play the biggest football gathering. That is where 32 teams gathered in one place in the national playoff. They come from all over the country. 32 of them, wherever they are hosting it, is big boost for the economy because they're going to be there for a week or 2, and a week or 2 of football. Of course, it's going to bring good business to the tourism sector because hotels and guest houses are going to be bulk businesses will sell, and those 32 teams now will compete, and eventually only 3, my people. 3, right?
Yeah, 3 teams get promoted to the 2nd division.
To the 2nd division. So it's not a small thing. So that's it. And also starting this week, I think it will be on Wednesday, the community.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
All right.
The Momo Community Under 17
Community League. Yeah. And that comprises of several communities who will be playing at the under 17 level. At the under 17 level. Wednesday, the guys will be here to give you more details about that. So you see a lot of football activities happening, not because the league is not going on. And that is a chance for us again to see young talents under 17 representing various communities like the Broville community under 17.
Have you seen that team play?
Yeah, I saw them practice.
District 17.
District 17
Academy and then Academy or FC.
Yeah. So it's a chance again to see them. Like I said, Chris and Ben will be on Wednesday. They will give you more details about that. That will be taking place on Saturday. And then on Friday, when we come on the show, we'll also remind you what will happen on Saturday. And the under 17 female national team has moved to camp. My understanding is that they the girls of St. George.
Sekou Georges Manuba.
St. George, Sekou Georges Manuba moved to camp on Saturday. They are preparing to play in the African qualifiers or the regional qualifiers of the FIFA Under-17 World Cup against Senegal. The first match will be played in Senegal on May 11. May 11. So our Under-17.
May 11, I was 10 just going to camp and playing against a team.
Just Saturday.
Senegal. Why?
Well,
you are playing a team
from Senegal.
Well noted in football, women football, male football. When it comes to sports, and you goes to camp less than I don't know.
We hope to
less than 2 weeks to the game.
We hope to speak to Coach Georges Manuba on this program during the course of the week before his team travels.
Or we can just take our camera to the camp because I think he will be so focused. So we can go to the camp. We'll do that with Lofa, and we can speak with him and with his players on the camp, have their impression about this game coming up, because some of them is the first experience with the national team at that level.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. So, but just to give you a calendar of events relative to footballing activities taking place on Wednesday, this one, just before we now bring on our guest on Wednesday, just a reminder that we are planning on having the technical director of Liberian football, Dogo Wise, as the guest on this program on Wednesday. You don't want to miss it. You want to know all about the plans.
We keep that for the end of the program. But this is very big.
All right.
This is a very big news. Trojan, let me just give this out. This is very big for Liberia. And Liberian sprinter, Joseph Famula.
Oh, Joseph Famula.
Made history for Liberia after qualifying for Paris Olympic. Recently, in the men's 4 by 100-meter relay, Famula anchored the Liberian team to second place finish with a time of 38.65 seconds, according to the World Athletic website.
36.65 seconds. Liberia will be at the Paris Olympics, folks. You see,
I saw that video. I saw that video.
Maybe
he overtook Sweetie,
and I'm
like, wow, this guy is a beast.
So maybe we don't have it prepared now, but Washa will show it here to you probably by Wednesday, so you will see how he did it. So Liberia will be represented at the Paris Olympics in the athletic field. So that's good news for us.
And good news for Kidman.
Yeah. we usually set records, you know. Cape Mount County scored. I hope you guys have that in the highlights. That Cape Mount scored the fastest goal.
I knew this was going to come out about that Chelsea Fremont goal, because that's the only thing you can be proud of in this county meet.
One of what happened in the county meet, one of the best things was that Cape Mount scored the fastest goal.
And my grandbassers got fined $2,500
for walking out of the pitch.
And 3 officials got suspended.
The highs, the lows coming up very shortly. But let's welcome our guests or panelists who are with us right now, and then we'll bring you some of the highlights from the highs and lows before we begin the discussion. On with us right now.
Emmanuel Titi Swain.
Emmanuel Titi Swain is with us.
For Grand G there. River G.
Sorry. Come on. Although River G represented
the same
there,
so Eastern people.
So Emmanuel, let's say good evening and welcome to Sports Talk.
Thank you very much. And it's for me a pleasure to have the opportunity to share with you your platform. I see this as an opportunity given to me to showcase River G County. And before I conclude, let me let you know that we are excited as citizens of River G and people who hail from the southeast. Thank you so much.
But have you seen a
Congratulations.
county or a team winning a competition inside? So being a starter is something we expect.
Congratulations, though.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And I know a lot of tobogi. No, sorry.
No, from butter.
I mean, I'm a soup. You're not
Palm
from Maryland.
butter.
Other also support the River G. So anyway.
From butter.
So
You
a lot
be
of
talking about
palm
palm butter with
butter.
Peter Roux.
I heard a lion was cooked in the palm butter. Y'all ate palm butter with lion.
So jokingly, a friend of mine said, Lufa made mistake by naming herself a lion when we do not have lions in Liberia. And so they brought the lion from distance, but the lion could not find the environment in which it could survive. So it became ill and it got killed by the leopard.
Wow. Okay, we'll talk more. Is that Tikla Wesley?
No, that's
Sorry,
Edwin Batafoyan.
Batafoyan. Mami, what happened? No, let the play yet.
No, man, I'm inside. The light is on, but also this is LEC now. At times, the current can be strong. Sometimes it can be. That's the problem about it.
So how are you, my brother?
I'm doing good, but the only problem is that I'm seeing Edwin Batafoyan reported cool online too. I'm now with cool. Yeah, I'm now with cool. I left cool almost close to 2 months now. I'm with the Liberian Influence as a sports reporter.
Okay. I apologize for that.
Okay, it will be correct.
A lot of time people see me, they still link me with fabric. So that's how it goes. We're sorry. Okay, we're still awaiting Tikla Wesley Jr. We're still awaiting Edwin Boy Dolo. We're still awaiting Vama Kamara. We're still awaiting Fatmata Jairi Bari. That's how I like to call her. Jairi Bari. We're still awaiting her. And we're still awaiting, of course, Marcus Arotue. And then also, if possible, Elizabeth Mega Yanimbo. All right, but before we come to you guys, we're going to talk tonight about the highs and lows of the just ended National County Sports Meet. Let's pick up on the highs and lows from the county meet that was, I can tell you for a fact, very dramatic, very exciting. Well, those were some of the moments in the county meet. Of course, the last clip you saw was the one that brought the entire SKD down to its knees, if you may, when Grant Jeter scored in the dying minutes of the extra time, the extra 30 minutes, and referee Josephus Sturgill disallowed the goal. Well, the game went on. We all did see it. Grant Jeter were agitated, but they did play, and then they were beaten in post-match penalty. But at the end of it, all hell broke loose at the SKD on the day. We shall be talking more about that. And then we also saw other highlights from the competition. So for now, we still have our the first two panelists. So let's go first to the man from River G County. Like Chris said, you are excited because you won. Obviously, you can't win and not be happy. So you got to be happy. But tell us, congratulations again. What did River G put into this? That, of course, you won almost all of your games coming into the final, except that in the final now you drew 2-2 and had to win through post-match penalty. What was it this time? You are considered as one of the minnows in this particular competition. What was the difference this time around?
Okay, thank you so much. And I want to attribute our success this time around first to unity. Without unity, we could not have achieved what we have achieved, because I saw citizens coming together, those who have some financial power, those who do not have. But I saw the convergence of citizens committing themselves to either morally supporting the team, financially supporting the team, and in whichever way they could give their support. I think that was one of the driving forces, because if a team sees that level of commitment in its supporters, the players are motivated to play. And the next thing I think that was responsible for our success is the fact that on our team, we did not have Messi. We did not have Ronaldo. When I say this, what I mean is the entire team was not playing only to give one player who is considered the best player or pass. They play as a team. Every player was willing to cover up the mistake of another player. And that team spirit was so strong to the extent that even if a player made a mistake, his team was willing to give him a pat on the back and tell him we can still make it. That level of unity that existed in the team brought the team this far. And I think those two things are the cardinal things that led us to holding our first ever National Counties Meet Trophy. And like I said, we are so happy at this time that we were able to reach this far.
Titi Swen, happy to reach this far, winning the competition for the first time. You got independence in 2024, winning this tournament. Tell us, is this something you expected coming to this tournament, or just came as participant to either reach to time? Was it your target when you started the whole journey?
Firstly, when the county meet was decided, we were informed that we were hosting one of the zones. And so it became our first challenge as citizens of River G County, because it's first of its kind. What we experienced in the past was a game is played in your county and then you move to the other county and play. But since they started hosting the different zones in one county, This is the first time that we hosted a zonal match. And so we came together as citizens and said to ourselves, this opportunity which has been given to us, we should make maximum use of it, put in our all, and ensure that we make a mark that will leave a lasting legacy, that players that will come after get this mark, and citizens will keep supporting from this point. And so as the team was being prepared to go to the county, the team was built with the mindset that you cannot host the zonal competition and come out as the least performing team. You should tap your zone. And so we saw that in the team as they play the zonal matches. Our first match was with Grand Jide County, which we drew. Our second match was with Maryland County, which we won. And our third match, our final match in the zonal stage was with Sino County, which we also won. And so we ended as the top team in the zone. And so that commitment started from the zonal stage. So we knew we were destined for something, but we were not just hoping on luck. So we were putting in our best, motivating the players. And let me say hats up to the coach, because his selection and his blending of the players was so amazing and excellent. I think he's one coach that we do not need to let go if we really want to defend this trophy in subsequent county meets.
That was going to be my next question. Emmanuel, let me just hold you there. Let's welcome our other panelist. Emmanuel, will come back to you.
Let's welcome Fatoumata Pari. Welcome, Fatoumata.
Thank you, Christopher Walker. Thank you, Children Kazulu. It is nice to be here again. Do different faces.
Fatoumata, your background is so dark. Imagine I couldn't make you up. I had to tell the man who got 4 eyes.
You need to go and get yours. You need to add yours. Oh,
Fatoumata is gone.
She's gone.
She's gone. I hope she comes back.
Let's continue with Emmanuel Titi Swen. Trojan was about to.
Let me just ask him. You were talking about if you want to retain the cup, you will have to keep your coach. So I was going to ask to know if this is just a one-time thing, because we know other counties have won it. Like Bapolu, for example, won it way back in 2004. They've not come close to winning it, or even they've come close, they've not won it again. Lofa County have been trying. They played in 3 finals. In the last 4 or 5 years, they played in 3 finals, but they've just managed to win it one time. There are other one-time counties. You are now amongst the one-time county. So is this just a splash? And we're not going to see a competitive River G again. I mean, you've done this. It's very difficult to do. Of course, sustaining this kind of momentum and winning and coming back the next year to win. Only Nimba, Basso, and I think Monserrato have achieved that feat. Can you do it?
Sorry, I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, Lord. Am I on?
Yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and just sound as though it's something that is so very easy. I know what it takes, because all counties prepare for this tournament, because it is one of the tournaments that every county see so dear to its unity. And so I know it's going to cost us a lot, because I remember the time we had the opportunity to come to Monrovia was in 2009, when we played Bomi County in the final. And so one of the things that I know is that the greatest thing that hold us back is the zonal stage. But for every time we cross the zonal stage, it's difficult to stop us. So now we have identified one thing. We have come to realize that if you select a team of players that are committed and are able to play, prepare to support one another, and you have that coach who is able to place them appropriately, that team can go well with the requisite support. We are seeing that level of performance in Coach Tei, as we call him. And I think if we can maintain him with his understanding of the game and his skills in players, all we need to do is to give him the requisite support. I'm of the opinion that next county meet that we have already inspired the citizens by making them to see this trophy. I'm of the opinion that next county meet we are going to be a competitive team, because the joy that this trophy is having on us, we will not want to leave it. The momentum that River G citizens always place in the county meet was less because they have not been fortunate to experience what it takes to win a trophy. But the way River G County is being celebrated today by not only citizens of River G, but the Southeast and the country at large, I'm not sure the citizens are willing to miss this opportunity. So I'm convinced that all citizens are going to come together. They are going to put in their dimes to ensure that we are able to get the best set of players and the best coach, whom, in my opinion, at this time is Coach Tei, so that we can maintain this team and be able to win the trophy at least back to back. Since this is our first time, we should not just be a first-time winner, but a history maker.
So let me ask. I just want to ask you something.
Yeah, before Chris comes in, I'd just like to tell our colleagues, Fatma and Edwin, you can also ask him, because we just treat him and then we let him go, and then we have our discussions on the highs and lows. So if you have any question for Emmanuel Titi Swen of River G County, Fatima Tad and Edwin, who have joined us so far, you can go ahead and ask your question. Chris, go ahead, Chris.
Probably guys want to ask.
Somebody need to mute their mic. Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so Titi Swen, you're talking about maintaining your players. The last time we had Jefferson Koji from Lofa County, he named 3 of your players that whether they win the county meet or not, if they win it or not, they will still come after them. How prepared are you guys to hold on to this squad, knowing quite why that River G is not that county with that huge financial power than Lofa Nema?
So I'm not going to boast about our financial might, but what I can boast about is the level of love and respect that we show to our players. I'm sure why it is true that the players appreciate the financial benefit that comes with in football, but I think they also appreciate the level of respect and love that they are shown for every time they play for a particular county. Look, today I tell you, the team is being celebrated in the corridors. As I speak to you now, the team is at the original Rescue Mother's house. The team is being celebrated by citizens of River G County. There's a dinner in their honor today. At this time, as we are talking, they are receiving gifts. Ordinary citizens are presenting gifts. Look, the level of love shown to them, the level of respect, the celebration of their skills and their talents exhibited, their winning of the trophy, the way it's being celebrated, I think they will appreciate that. So I'm not convinced that it's just the issue of cash, which Lofa may want to boast of that we carry them, but that level of respect that we are showing them, that honor that I think it will go a long way with them, and they will appreciate playing with River G in the next county meet.
Some people say y'all use too much juju. Y'all came in, we saw the coach come in with sacks on his 1 foot of sacks and the other one bare. We also saw
the medicine man.
He
said he witchcraft. He said he's a witch.
Who said he fights a witchcraft, he can fly, and he had 2 rings. He chunked the touring. He said River G will score 2 goals, and y'all scored 2 goals. So the people say y'all brought medicine. The other time we saw Bible, who were putting the Bible behind the goal. It brought confusion. 2 of the players punched each other. They were showing red cards. How can you speak to this juju thing, this medicine thing? Did River G really use medicine, or was that just psychological to just play on the minds of people?
So I think from what I know, the Grebo tradition requires different level of celebrations. So that dress code where people tie the lapel and they make it like a trouser, it's one of the ways we dress when we are celebrating our culture. So what that young man was saying, I just see it as a mind game playing on people, because I'm one person who do not believe that Messi can play football. Our team, one of the greatest things that we did, we were prayerful before we engaged any game, before we played any match. We pray, and I think it was shown by the performance of our goalkeeper. He held his Bible beginning of the tournament to the end. Look, we are a team that believe in God. So all of the other things were just drama to make people to think that, we were so superior traditionally, but that was just a mind game. Don't mind what that young man said. He had no influence over the team. He played no major part except that he supported the team. But Herring had no part to play. The natural skill, the raw talents in the players, with the grace of God, led us to where we are today.
Even the coach coming on the field with 1 socks on.
No, so you see, it's good to add attraction to whatever you do. Because they not only win the county meet with River G. He has won it with several other counties. So except that one want to ignore all of his skills that he has shown over the time he has coached several times, and want to attribute him wearing 1 foot aside, though I didn't see it, but as you have said, wearing 1 foot aside to being the reason why he won this county meet. I'm not sure that is the reason.
I'm not saying so.
What I know that he has is that he's a well-experienced coach. The county meet, he's one of the coaches that have won it several times. He knows how to engage it, and that is the experience that he brought to bear in showing that River G won this county meet.
So someone said the team of River G players. I'd like to go to this. The team of River G player. Coach Daniel Slayer selected players. 85% of them had root with River G. Is it true? And if so, what part they play in this team?
So normally, if you select players who do not have birth origin counties that they play for, there are 2 things that happen. One, they put their financial benefit ahead of anything they do. The next thing is they are not patient with the minimal distractions that come about. But if they have their origin linked to the counties that they play for, their commitment to the team and their willingness to accept shortcomings can be high. And I think that was one thing that helped us, because many of our players had their parental root to River G County. And so they were committed to ensuring that their birth county or their paternal and maternal origin can celebrate for the first time this trophy. And so that increased their level of commitment to the game.
All right. Quick,
So,
colleagues.
Chris, I want to add this a question.
Yeah, you can go on.
Go ahead.
This one a question.
Go
You
ahead,
talk about the root of those players being invited by the River G County coach. Like looking at goalkeeper Humphrey Gombre, this is a player that hailed from Nema County, and he have won the county meet with Bomi in 2019 when they defeated Maigibi. He also won the county meet with Grand Coup when Nima County walked out of the playing page in 2012. That's 2020. And today, in an interview, Humphrey made it clear that he wants to play for his county of origin, which is Nemba County, but the people want him to justify. And then looking at Humphrey's statement and looking at what TT Swan just said, how true is that all of the players, 80%, are coming from River G? Because if you look at the listing of players invited, you'll notice that not more than 10 players were invited that play in the third division league or the community league in Refugee County. Like other county did, like Magiri, almost 85% of their players are people who play within the third division league of the Liberia Football Association, LFA Sub Association within Magibi County. But it's not similar thing with Refugee County.
Okay, so let me say the first thing, we did not say all of the players' origin is River G County. We said more than 85%. The next thing is being someone who hail from River G doesn't mean you have to play in the sub league in River G before you hail from River G. No, you could be a resident in, but your part. So that passion to fight of your county or to affiliate with your county is always there. So what we are saying is majority of the players have their roots from River G. We are not necessarily saying majority of them played in River G. No.
All right, Fatmata, you have a question for him just before we let him go?
No, I'm okay. I feel like all of my concerns have been addressed. So, yeah.
Okay. But let me ask you this just before we let you go. When will the streets of Fishtown be lit with the parade of the trophy? When are you taking the trophy back home?
So that hasn't been decided. That will be decided right now. The joy is still having a toll on us, and so we are still celebrating the players. After we will have a conversation. Right, we have a steering committee that's going to work with the county leadership, and they are going to decide the time we'll be taking the trophy back home. And I can assure you, even when the team got qualified for the final stage, River G County, not only Fishtown, was live up to daybreak. I can assure you, when we are taking the trophy to the county, we will be met at the junction between Grand Gita and River G by scores of citizens who will even be prepared to celebrate the trophy from there up to Fishtown. It's going to be exceptional. You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it, but you get our invitation. How will come? So
no, but the time we will invite the media, and you are sports reporter. You are needed.
Okay, so we want to say thanks a lot, but probably something we did not catch, and you want to just let us know just before we take leave of you. It was really a pleasure you being here tonight, Emmanuel TT Swan. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. So I want to extend a special thanks to key individuals who play significant role. Let me begin first by appreciating the county's leadership, including the legislators and the local government officials. I appreciate them for the level of leadership they have exhibited, the way they have brought the citizens together. But at the same time, I want to give special thanks and appreciation to the rescue mother, our daughter, though people will want to argue that she hails from Lofa, but she's our cherished daughter, Nora Pina Bono. In fact, with her support, we are convinced that other citizens adding to her, the next county meteorology is going to be exceptional. Let me also appreciate Kukunyan Wete and all other citizens who have contributed financially, morally, and in whichever way to ensure that River G County made this mark. I appreciate all citizens. And I can't wait to see how we celebrate our trophy. Everyone will be invited so that we celebrate together. The Southeast is recognized. Our support came from all angles of the Southeast. Let me give special recognition to the speaker. He visited our boys before the game, before the final game, and he motivated them. He made significant financial contribution, and he stood by us. That was so excellent. I appreciate him so much. And I say thanks to everybody from the Southeast that supported, including other counties that stood by us. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It was a pleasure that at least I had this opportunity. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a lot.
Thanks a lot, Emmanuel Titi Swain, of course, and we say congratulations once more. This is Sports Talk right here on Intel Sports. So the rest of our panelists have not joined yet, but of course we have Fatoumata Jairi Bari and of course Edwin Batafoyen. So we'll be talking about the highs and lows of the county meet. Let's start up with Fatoumata. Tell us about those points, those moments, of course, in the county meet that you felt were the lows of the county meet, those things that took place, of course, from your journalistic perspective that you thought weren't supposed to happen in a county meet. What were the lows for you in the just ended county meet, Fatoumata?
Thank you again for joining me, Shrivan Kazulu. And the name is not Jari, it's Jarai. Fatoumata Jarai Bari. Right.
Fatoumata,
Yes,
you not force children to can speak Fulaya.
No, I will do it.
I'm not forcing you to speak full up, but it is
Fatoumata
my
Bari.
name.
Okay, don't go to that Jari or Jalarao.
It is my name. It is my name. With respect and dignity, you have to pronounce it as it is. That's a very
Sorry.
traditional name.
Fatoumata
Jarai Bari. Okay.
Jarai Bari.
Yes, and also what I think about the national county sports meet on the lows, I think there are so many, right? With the sports meet, you cannot compare it to the level of, should I say, major league football in the country because the expectation is something that I always tell people to limit. And I feel like one of the major lows that I encountered in the national county sports meet or that I've seen was fans jumping to the pitch immediately after matches. I felt like it was unnecessary.
Invasion.
Yeah, pitch invasion immediately after the matches. It happened even in the finals on yesterday, and it was quite frustrating that photojournalists had to be looking all over. Basically, photojournalists had to be pushing people, from their view in order for them to get the pictures of the recipients of these awards and trophies. And it was very frustrating that people will tell you that they are supposed to be there, they are there to support their countries. I felt like the security led the tournament down this time around. That was one of the major lows that I noticed. After every match, people were basically jumping over the fences after every match, and it happened over and over. And I feel like to a point we are forgetting that the FKD is the only stadium that or only home ground that we have that is basically accepted by CAF to host international tournaments in the country. And with fans just jumping on the artificial turf after every match, I feel like to a point it's gonna cost us, and it's not gonna cost us well. It's gonna be detrimental for all of us Liberians. Though some may find it funny, but I don't think it is funny. Someone said it happened in Borussia. Sorry, it happened in Germany with Bayern Leverkusen or whatsoever. But in Germany, it happened once. It doesn't happen after every match. It was the fact that it was very repetitive that made it more annoying. Yeah, that made it more annoying to a point. But that was one of the major lows. And then the second that I noticed was basically the players' lack of restraint for themselves, right? After every match, players have an issue with refereeing. We saw the incident where the Nimba County kickball team were basically throwing slaps here and there to the referees. We saw a situation where I think it was in the quarterfinals where a referee collected some slaps. We are basically seeing situations that it happen in football. Don't get me wrong, it happen in football. But at the top level, it is not even at the lowest level, it is not acceptable.
No, it's not
We see it
accepted.
happening. We see it happening in Europe, maybe the first division. You don't see that happening in something that is aired to the public, something that everybody will see. That kind of pictures you just hear from one behind, one underdog blog or one blog that is still up. You don't get to see that happen regularly. A referee is something that should be respected. He's human. He makes mistakes here and there. And we Liberians, it is high time we learn to channel our grievances differently, which I think we are not doing at this point. Um,
Okay.
Another low I also noticed at the National Congress of Me. I think this is from the media aspect. Let me speak for everyone in the media. I don't think the media was treated fairly in this
Sure.
National Congress of Me tournament. I feel like the media, to a point, it is now to a point where the media, we ourselves, have to attach a certain value on ourselves to let the ministry, the Liberia Football Association, whatever, any sport department in the country that we are an arm we are basically one of the most important arms. We disseminate the factual information. We disseminate the most beautiful information to get people glued to whatever you are doing. We basically have the authority to invite the people to let the people know what you are doing. And if you are not treating us fairly, then to a point, I don't think everything is right. For instance, throughout the county tournament that occurred at the SKD, I received a bottle of water on yesterday for the first time.
But
And
you
yeah,
are a member of that media and
last year,
publicity committee.
last please stop. You want to see committee, so don't put me on the spot. Exactly. But I also I mean, last year the National Council Trust me, or should I say the government through the Ministry of Youth and Sports had food prepared for journalists, where at halftime of those matches they'll call journalists into the publicity department and have them eat. This year it wasn't like that. I feel like to a point it is now time that journalists attach a certain value to themselves. Make these people pay. Make these people pay for the service of every accredited journalist at the National Council System. They are earning ton of money at these points, making huge sums of money. Make them pay at least a minimum of $100 to each journalist at the end of this tournament. People cannot be doing these things for free. Mind you, there are many journalists I know that basically pay their transportation to go there and cover these matches. One may say that they are also doing it to get content, but in the meantime, we should also consider that they are the ones disseminating the information. For instance, the cliche that the National Council tells itself when it gets to Monrovia. No, you had Intersport showing it on social media. Who told you that all of the population of Liberia could basically fit at the SKD? It's not possible. There were radios relaying those programs. And I feel like it is high time that the media get the respect that they deserve. And I hope the Sport Writers Association of Liberia can use this as a lesson to learn and capitalize on this, that next year, should I say soon, December, the National Council that a similar situation that occurred this year should be 100% curtailed. Let's be cognizant to the fact that we are an important arm of activities that is happening in the sporting
Point.
arena in this country.
Point well taken, Fatumata Jarari. Sorry, Barry. But our man is gone. But Tigla is on.
He just left. I sure he will come back. He
Okay.
is coming back.
Yeah, Tigla is back.
Let's just welcome.
Let's welcome Tigla.
Wesley.
Tigla Wesley Jr. Rashford Pa. What's up? Tigla, will you unmute for us?
Tigla,
Mr.
are you
Wesley.
getting us?
Oh, okay, I'm good. Sorry, my mic was muted. I just set it up.
We're asking you, what's up?
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay, you're good. All right, we're looking at the lows. We'll go to the highs. Fatmata has just told us all of the points she saw as the lows. So we come to Edwin Badafoye to just succinctly tell us his aspect of the lows. And then we'll come to Tikla very quickly as well. Edwin?
Okay, thank you so much. Fatimata said it all. My own problem I have with the somewhat kind of sports stadium. The way the leaders manage the sports venue is actually a bad one for us. Uh, if I can be exact, the Samuel Sports Stadium is a 22,218 seating capacity, and all of these seats at this stadium is been numbered by CAF. I expect them to sell tickets according to the number of the seat. We went to the African Cup of Nations. We saw that if you buy your ticket and then you don't go to the game, no one is allowed to sit in your chair because you have already paid for. You have already been paid for. But in the Africa, I mean, in the county meet, I noticed the overcrowding of the sports stadium, which is bad, is not good. And when the place is packed, we face serious internet challenge to do our work. We either coming back home after the game or leave the stadium before you can do a proper report. And secondly, what I observed from the organizer of this year National County Sports Meet is that Liberia is exposed to the world. The internet is all over the world. So if we do something here decent, it show a decent picture to the outside world. If we do something undecent, it doesn't show a decent picture to the outside world.
Oh wow.
Well, we've lost him.
I'm sure he's coming on in a
Internet.
meaning. Okay, so before Edwin can come back on, Fatumata, you talk about people jumping onto the page, how people attack referees and whatsoever. How or what do you think the Ministry of Youth and Sports can do to curtail this going forward?
Edwin
Okay,
is
let's
back on.
continue with
Let him
Edwin.
end his thoughts. Edwin, just
Yes,
go
as
ahead.
I was
Welcome
saying,
back. Lay your thoughts.
football speak one language. We play football in Liberia for 90 minutes. The people in the Western world play football for 90 minutes. So it's not something different for someone to see a traditional league. And secondly, what I need for the organizer to do is that to stop these goals who are participating in the competition to stop taking objects into the goal pool. Internationally, goalkeepers are only allowed to take a water and a towel to the goal pool. Other than that, you are not entitled or you are not allowed to take any other object. It happened with Neymar and Granjide when the goalkeeper carried a body spray into the pool. It brought distraction to the Granjide team. They lost in the post-match penalty. It happened with Lofa and River G yesterday. River G County brought a Bible into the goal pool. It brought a huge argument and it brought a huge contradiction and a misunderstanding between citizens. Everybody believed that medicine was a plan. River G used juju, but for me, I believe that River G did not use juju. It was just something to distract the mind of those players from the opponent team. So these are things that MYS, the government of Liberia, need to look into so we all can make the county meet a professional football competition in Liberia.
Okay, Fatumata, I was asking you after you have said what you noticed as the lows.
Is that Tikla?
Tikla is back.
Okay, so
let's get Tikla.
But Tikla, welcome back, and we hope you stay. We're talking about the lows. What were some of the things you noticed, of course, from your lens, those very powerful lens of yours that were kind of abnormal or shouldn't have been happening at the National County Sports Meet?
Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're getting you. Go ahead.
So, okay. Like yesterday, I was kind of disappointed because when I look at the ending of the county meet, I feel that we're not meeting our aim and objective as a country. The reason is that we keep doing the same thing over and over. You see the county meet. I like the idea of having the county meet funded started in the 1950s. But as a nation, I think it's about time we use the county meet for national sports development, which has been lacking. And if I'm being honest with you on this show, in the next 10, 20 years, I don't see us transitioning from the 1950s to the 21st century. If you look at the counting league, the way it was being played in the 1950s, this is the same thing happening in the 21st century. Let's agree this is, how do we call it? We're going to call it the people are going to call it traditional competition, right?
Yeah, it's a traditional competition. Yeah. It's a political competition.
Okay. So let's agree this is a political competition. This is a traditional competition. We are lacking talents in this country. We can use the county meet as means of developing talents. That's one thing that from the time I was a baby, I've been hearing will be on the radio. It haven't changed, and I don't think it will change because our mindset is yet to be changed. We can use the National County Sports Meet to develop our talents, to spark talents. You got players coming from Monrovia or going in the counties to play. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. For example, I bought my kid in Monrovia. Yeah, maybe he wants to go play for his county. If he grows up, fine. But how do we identify talent from the various counties? We can put measures into place. This is a National County Sports Meet. Now the county meet has been destroyed. If you ask me, we having the Division 1 player, we having the national team player, we having the Division 2 players. If you ask me, we should be giving this chance to the guys playing down there. We need to discover our talents. We need to develop more footballers. Every day I go on the field, we see Donato play. Can't they meet and go see Donato playing football? How possible? Juju Kamara, yes. That was an exposure for him. Naxa. I watch the country me I watch if I come so in the league, you see how do I call him?
James Tapper.
You see James Tapper. And then I go to the country me, I see James Tapper. How do we put plans into place to develop talents? Absolutely no plans. Zero plans at all. We should be giving a chance to home-based players living in the counties. Like when China was developing their football, China had rules. China was bringing in the big names, was paying millions of dollars. But the rules is that you get 11 players to start. Other than 11 players, you should start at least 3 China under 23 national team players or 3 players under 23 Chinese. You should start at least 5 Chinese players. So it means you're supposed to start 8 Chinese players. China did that. They work for them. They use they spend the money. Oscar Ramirez, all of them went there. You get 3 foreign players they used to play, and then they use that means to develop that talent. Today, China can boast that without the classical players, the Chinese league is going on well. We can take something from that. Maryland County, you come into the tournament. To play into the tournament, you should start at least 7 players living in Maryland. The remaining out of 4, you know how to do your adjustment. We should stop this national team player playing the county meet, for heaven's sake. We need to think different. We are not thinking different. Over and over, we're doing the same thing. We are not, I don't know. We are not trying to adapt to the 21st century. Now we should be thinking about how can we transform the county meet to a national development plan. So
do you support the statement from Musa Hassan Bedete that we should make the county meet our Premier League?
I would tell you it'd be very difficult. I did an article about that for the Bush Chicken like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh my God!
That is not our friend.
He's coming back home.
So let me cut it short. Like I would tell you when I work, because the county meet is all about the politicians. Let's go straight to the point. The county meet is all about the politicians. And when it comes to sports in the country, I'm sorry to say, people will say I'm harsh. The politicians are fake. That's why you see my entire life, I don't go around politics. I don't get involved with politicians because my true passion is sports. And from a survey, what I've seen is that politicians, when it comes to sports, they are fake. That's a straight word to use. They are real on other things, but when it comes to sports, they are fake. The country makes for one more. You have to pay your players Cape Man still owing players, Cape Man still owing businesses for up to 5-6 years ago. I know that for a fact.
There you go, Cape Man.
When they came out,
Go ahead.
children is sitting here and you are talking about Cape Man.
Go ahead.
When they came out,
So I'm telling you for a fact.
You mentioned Maryland.
Cape Man is still owing players. They can't take meat from Maryland to River G. I think it costs less than $5,000 per person. The last time Maryland were on Facebook crying, they don't have that money to transfer that player to River G County. But you have the same very politicians earning around 10-15K. One politician can say, I can transfer this thing. So when it comes to saying we should use the county meet as national league, I don't think it will work out because in Nigeria, the national league is assigned to the country, the state government. The state government takes control of it. They get lobby states, just like that. In Liberia, if you do it, I don't see the possibility because one more tournament, we cannot even pay our players good. We cannot even pay businesses that we take material from. So the idea of having the county meet our national league that the county meet is a very good idea, but we're not working Liberia because the people who are supposed to hear it, they are like this.
Time is not our friend. And of course, we want to talk. We know there are a lot of things around the county meet we want to talk about, but time is unfortunately not our friend. We've highlighted some of the lows, but let's pick up on some of what are the positives from this competition. I know we want to ask further questions around what can be done to make it better the lows and what have you, but because of time, let's go to pointing at some of the positives, if they are in fact any positive in the county meet.
The only big positive I see from the county meet is that it brings unity. Like it brings Liberians together to come and watch the counties. You see somebody from Nima supporting River G. You see somebody from this other county. That's the only positive I see from the county meet. Besides every other thing.
so what's about talent-wise?
Talent, what's the talent? Tomorrow, next year, December, the county meet will play. I'll go see Donato play. I'll go see James Starver playing. I'll go see Humphrey in the pool for one other county. I'll go see I'll go see Madasia playing. I'll go see you name them. I'll go see Ase Dewe playing again. So talent was 0.
Okay, let's go to Fatimata.
All right. I mean, Tikla just hit the nail from the head. Exactly what he said. And I said this on the show when I was first invited, and I think Ben Kakwa was like, "You're too harsh." And it is just the same thing. The same. How you have players on the national team playing the national county sports meet. It is just so annoying. We are not using this tournament for its purpose. And I said it here the last time. I'll say it again. The national county sports meet is not based on the caliber of player that it is going to be watched. And I think it is something that people should look at. People are attached to this tournament sentimentally. People feel attached based on origin and other stuff. So it doesn't, like, they don't care which player you put on that field. They don't care if it's a 16-year-old underground player. Once it is local county, the people from local will show up. Once it is from Nimba, the people from Nimba will show up. So we can use this talent, which is not being done. I think the avenue that we are basically not looking at here, or the positives that we are not trying to take here, is that whatever attention that these players have in the national county, they don't have it in a talent scheme at the Liberia Football Association level. Even the major leagues don't have the publicity that the national county has. And then in terms of making it a league or whatsoever, Sikla said it right again. It is not going to happen. These politicians, you know what Liberia may call Sholele. Yes, whatever that is being done in the national county whatever that is being done in the national county is Sholele. This representative will do it because the other representative is doing it. This senatorial candidate will do it because he won't contact the senatorial candidate in the next
election. It looks like Fatimata.
That's how it is going to be.
Fatimata, do you not see the unity that at least Tikla sees?
No, I'm coming to the heights. But I'm saying the lows, whatever it is not going to work. If these politicians are really serious about investing in the football, let them own football clubs. Let them buy football clubs from their
Some of them own football clubs.
Or get them stay. Fatimata. the own football club or Eden State, the clubs are not at that level like you see the county.
Exactly. So my point here is them owning a club. Sometimes the players won't even take salary on man, training and be complaining all about it right here. So it's not some
I know them plenty.
service, right?
Oh,
It
Fatimata
is
just
total
went off.
eye service. No, I'm not off. I'm here.
Yeah,
It
go
is
ahead.
total eye service. It is total eye service that these lawmakers will continuously do. And then on the highs, I feel like last year National Council gave us Emmanuel Cie, this year gave us Dusu Ducle. I think that's the highs of the tournament. And then another part is unifying people. We saw many people wearing Grand Bassa County jersey when Bassa dropped. We saw them in local jerseys. I think that's the fun part about it is that people are not hurt. People support these countries based on relationship, just other affiliations around here. And then the beauty, the dancing, just that unity that people feel among each other. It kind of makes your long time friend that you not see, you see them at the counter meet and all of that. But that's just it basically. Outside of that,
Okay,
the tournament,
Fatimata, just before we
yeah.
take leave, time is not in our favor. Let's look at officiating in this county. I mean, there was so much controversy when it comes to officiating. We saw a match yesterday officiated by Emmanuel Mensah, Ephraim Green, Joel Doe, and Kofa Doe. What do you make of the officiating in this tournament and some of the controversial moment, that game, Neymar versus Grand G there?
Well, for me personally, I think the controversy did not begin in that match. I felt like to a point, like even I feel like if Monserrado had the fan base or whatsoever it is that the likes of Limba and Lofa had, we would have noticed a controversy even when Monserrado dropped against Grand Bassa County. But they don't have that population to be doing. They have the population, trust me, but many people in Monserrado are affiliated to other counties. So people don't really pay attention mostly to Monterrey County. So I feel like a lot of controversies surrounded the official ruling or the way things happened in this tournament. And some of the decisions of the referees will keep you wondering, what is going on here? And then to a point, you yourself, you have to tell yourself that it's a political tournament. Sometimes it is highly speculated.
That's why we
alleged.
cannot develop political tournament.
That's what I'm saying. It is highly alleged that these matches sometimes are even discussed before a boy speaks on the pitch. These are allegations. I'm not laying it on. I'm bring people, right? And this tournament, yeah, exactly. This tournament is called a political tournament or whatsoever that it is. So it is not going to develop anytime soon. I feel like there were a lot of controversy, but it's going to happen. One referee that I have to commend for the amazing job that he did in all of the matches was Emmanuel Mensah. Emmanuel Mensah, all of his matches lacked controversy or whatsoever. You could not, for every decision that he made, people were satisfied with it. So that's the only good. But then the remaining referees, I mean, when you see that there, I was Sunday good, Sunday bad.
Tikla, what's your thoughts on officiating in this tournament?
You are breaking in?
What's your thoughts on the officiating in this tournament?
Just before we close, then we'll come to Edwin.
On the overall, it was poor, except for except for 2-3 games. On the overall, it was poor. And if you compare this year to the other years, it was really on the rise this year. I don't want to people say cheating, but I want to say mistake because I don't have evidence. And the mistakes in the tournament this year was way high. If you look at the drama in the competition, the referees were the cause. I spoke to Lami Kamara after this guy was expelled. After Josepha was expelled, Lami expresses this at the fashion. I mean, he expressed his frustration, and he said he hopes that referees will learn from what happened in this tournament. But for me, on the overall, if I'm the referee, maybe 1 or 2 games they played were good. So the referee were very poor the tournament, and most of the chaos at the SKD they were the source. They started it.
Okay.
Botafogo.
Edwin?
Yes, for me, I would say that the referees were all excellent, except the Nima and that of Grand Judah match that brought a huge argument, and also the call for Moses Fopa against Basel and Nima. That was a penalty for my view, and also the mindset of the citizens of Liberia, supporters of these counties, were the one that caused a serious problem for us because they all believe that county means there's a tournament that the bigger county will always walk away with the win. The smallest county and does it work that way? There's no bigger county, there's no smallest county. Yes, we agree they are favorite based on their performance and based on their financial standing. Because if you have money, you get quality players, and if the players have the support, they want to give the win. So I will grade the referees at the scale of 7/10 in the overall performance of the national county mean from the referees.
Just before we go, the suspension to Joseph Otage there immediately that happened. What do you make of it? What's a expulsion? Let's forget about suspension. What do you make? A referee had a poor officiating. You expel him from a competition that is now run by the Liberia Football Association. What do you make of just poor officiating? You expelled in a referee for good.
But the
I
thing I
think
look at this, the LFA did not. The LFA, the referee can continue in the league. The LFA only expel him from their own league, and
They said from all footballing activities in the country.
from all LFA activities.
Footballing activities. Check the release.
Okay. So I will read the release, but I think what I'm gonna say is that it was way too harsh, especially looking at the time the ruling came out. I expected a full-scale investigation. I'm not saying the LFA did not investigate fully, but for something to happen today, I woke up the next morning, 6 o'clock, then I see bomb. The man has been expelled. The decision for me, it might be good, but I think it was too harsh looking at the length of time. So maybe during the next hour, the LFA investigated fully and got all our fact findings. But I think it was too harsh, even though this thing whatever we 4 5 years ago was banned for bribery. But looking at the expression from this going time, I think it was too harsh looking at the time the decision came out. If if the LFA had given us full details that he was investigated fully, and then all facts were on deck that full play, so and so. But for me, it was too harsh.
Okay. Edwin?
Edwin.
I will agree with Clark Wesley. I will agree because the decision from the LFA to suspend this particular reverend, I will refer to as a 4G. It was really, really fast. They suspended him without not indicating which part of the rules or regulation that we agree. Wherever we have about officiating of matches, we see it in Europe, but it doesn't call for expulsion. If he wants to be a spell, I think it should have been in 2019 when the Bush Chicken reported that referee Josephus was involved into bribery, and he was suspended.
Fatimata.
Just coming up with a fast decision to expel him from the competition. I think he have the full right to take the legal action against the LFA, and that would be the best proceeding step.
Time.
Fatmata.
You're sorry, LEC go, you're sorry.
Okay, let's hear you.
Let's just hear you. I think people can see you.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can get a light or whatever. Okay. As they rightly said, the decision, I felt like it was harsh. I felt like the decision to appoint the Liberia Football Association made it look like there was a motive behind it, or there was already a plan that basically he had a last straw or whatsoever. I pressed Stanley Connor Jr. Senior because I wanted to get how they reached the decision, but I also got to know that they are trying everything possible to make sure that they don't, talk to the media directly. They are doing so through the Liberia Football Association media department, which I talked to Danisha Mater. And my concern personally was that the decision, or should I say the mistake made by Josephus Touchlaw in that fixture on the day was something that we see regularly in football. Sometimes in countries that are now more equipped, in countries that have the video assisting referees, the VAR will call to rectify such mistakes. Mistakes is not something new to football. I think we also during the 2022 World Cup qualifiers, when Portugal last minute time goal was cancelled because there was no goal line technology or VAR, though the ball clearly crossed the net, and it caused Portugal to go through or the playoffs in order to qualify to the 2022 Qatar World Cup. So these mistakes are not things that are strange to football. But then I was also concerned for the fact that the Nimba County match previously had a lot more controversy compared to that match. And the Liberia Football Association, or should I say, the destruction of the SKD started on that day, because on that day I personally was there when our defense were, unscrewing the dugout seats or whatsoever, and I reported that. So to my utmost surprise, seeing that similar thing happened, I think 2 days later and 12 hours later, we just slept and woke up, and the LFA, or should I say, the Liberia Referee Association, had already reached to a decision. I think that was very fast. I think they didn't grant him or due diligence. It was just harsh and unfair.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks a lot. Let me just say this. You guys will be regular here because these discussions should be extended. We think people like you having all of the necessary information and what have you to give out to the public. So the public expect you to be here regularly as part of the panelists to maybe bring in a guest, and then we all together will be querying them. Like on Wednesday, we'll be bringing 1 or 2 of you back here so that we can all talk to the technical director, Doko Wise. We asked him all of the questions from a journalistic perspective about the plans for Liberian football. So don't be surprised if we call on you again. This time around, you will be playing your role as journalist, and we'll be quizzing the technical director, Doko Wise, on Wednesday. So we want to say thank you. Thanks a lot for leaving your busy schedule to, of course, do what you love doing the most. And this is, of course, reporting sports or talking sports. So thanks, Fatimata Jahari Barry. Thanks, Edwin Batafoye. Thanks,
TJ Tonton. TJ Tonton.
DJ Tonton. The others could not come on, I'm sure, due to some technical problem. Chris?
I think it was a nice show, and I just wish we could go on and on.
Sure.
Because it was getting to that point that we actually needed it. Very interesting. Like you said, we'll always have them on our platform, and where we can have this over and over again, because this is why we are here to serve the Liberian people. Many a times, the journalists go to press conferences, they don't have that ample time to ask all of the questions to these guests. So now, if we bring the technical director, Fatimata could be able to ask nothing less than 5-6 questions, but during a press conference, she wouldn't be. And that goes us to all of our media colleagues.
Sure. All right. Thanks a lot for viewing. Tikla Wesley, I'm picking this particular comment, and it says, Tikla, just a reminder that Crystal Palace is leading Man United 4-0. So that was for Tikla Wesley. Thanks a lot for viewing us tonight.
At least he said Tikla Wesley, not Christopher Walker.
And also goes to Christopher Walker. Thanks a lot for viewing us. We will be back on Wednesday night here with another stimulating sports talk on Intel Sports. Tonight, your presenters have been Chris Walker, and my name is Trojan, bidding you a pleasant sporting good night.
Me P, producer.
Show your allegiance The white stone of flesh is for purity. The star is for republic. The blue sea is for black people. We know Liberia is our home. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1847. 11 nations of people, we are known as First Republic. The Lone Star shining evermore. The flag of Liberia is flying all the time. Show your allegiance, show your loyalty to this nation, Liberia. If my people who are over money, we humble themselves and seek my face, I will rise and heal their nation. Liberia will rise again. Nations will come to your rising. I prophesy. Kingdom will come to your life. Together, let's keep your peace. Cause in unity we will build our